Yes, gotta unpin this. Okay, let's go. Well, so firstly, I would like to introduce our guest, or actually ask for our guest to introduce herself. And Sana, if you could tell a little bit more about you, about where do you come from, where do you study, what are your hobbies, and anything you'd like to add, feel free to share with us.
Yeah, definitely. I'm so sorry if there's like some background noise. There's the washing machine going on. But hi everyone, I am Sana and I am 20 years old and I'm from New Delhi, India. And currently I'm studying at Minerva University, which is like a program travel based where we go around a new city every semester. So I travel, it's based in the US, but I've been traveling around to like different countries, Korea, Taiwan, Argentina, and currently I'm based in London in the UK. And this semester, I'm one thing I'm really liking and like finding my hobby is cooking with my friends. We cook something new every day, which I really enjoy. So yeah, and I'm studying business and computer science. So two majors, and it's really fun and exciting.
Thank you, Sana. Bom, então, agora nesse início, eu pedi para a Sana se introduzir, para que nós pudéssemos conhecer um pouco mais sobre ela. E ela mencionou que ela é uma estudante de Minerva, que atualmente ela está em Londres, e a cada semestre ela passa por um país diferente. E agora em Londres ela está tendo um hobby muito legal de estar ali sempre cozinhando pratos diferentes todo dia, então ela está sempre ali cozinhando, principalmente eu acho que a roommate dela é a Giovana, ela já esteve presente aqui com vocês em outras sessões. E ela também está cursando agora é, ciências da computação e administração na universidade. Então ela vai se graduar nessas áreas. Perfect. So now I think I would like to uh, encourage you guys to raise your hand here in me if you would like to ask anything. Então, se você já gostaria de fazer alguma pergunta, falar com a convidada, fiquem à vontade para já levantar as mãos aqui no Meet. Eu também gostaria de engajar vocês a ligarem as câmeras, só para que nós possamos ter um ambiente um pouco mais dinâmico, claro. Então, não é necessariamente obrigado, mas se vocês ligarem as câmeras, acho que a gente consegue ter algo um pouco assim mais próximo, mais realmente assim mais dinâmico mesmo, essa palavra. Elaine, fique à vontade. Uh, Ok, acho que a Elaine não está no momento, mas assim que ela voltar, a gente passa para ela. Alex, você gostaria de perguntar algo?
Yes. Good evening, guys. I am Alex. I live in Salvador City. Nice to meet you, Sana. Are you doing? Are you working at this moment currently? Too?
Yeah, so currently like I'm a student, but I'm gonna be doing an internship in the United States. So I will be working towards more like product marketing. So yes, but like next summer, and we do like kind of work also during our semester. So yeah, but also like I'm a full-time student at the moment. And I will graduate in 2025. So that's when I will exactly like get a full-time job and get fully working. But yeah.
I I am system analyst too in Brazil in a public company.
Oh,
Uh,
mhm.
about your future, what do you intend for your future?
Yeah. So as I told you, like currently I'm like double majoring in business and computer science. So I want to do something which is like intersection of both so that I can use both of my skills. And I was thinking more about a field more like in product management, which kind of involves both like tech and business. And it's about like how applications are formed and more like the management side. So you kind of are interacting with engineers or interacting with other stakeholders, including like marketers, customer support, and everything. And you're like kind of in the middle of both of the teams. So I want to work more towards those. Otherwise, I'm also thinking more like data. I do love like data science fields and data analytics and like business analyst. So just like something in the middle of, I think I'm still like deciding and exploring. And I think my next upcoming summer internship, which is more product marketing, but it's also like a good way to learn how in the future I could like maybe transition into product management. So yeah, that's what I'm like looking forward in the future.
Okay, I am using data science at this
Oh,
moment
oh, that
in
is
automated system. But okay,
autom
thank you. Thank you
mhm.
very much.
Yeah, thank you so much for your question. Mhm.
Thank you. Bom, então, Alex, a primeira pergunta que ele fez é se a Sana estava trabalhando no momento. E sim, ela disse que ela vai, não exatamente no momento, mas ela vai fazer um estágio agora de verão nos Estados Unidos e ela vai trabalhar na área de marketing e produto. E logo em seguida, quando ela se graduar em 2025, ela concluir realmente os estudos, ela vai passar a trabalhar full-time, né, que é um tempo integral de trabalho. Perfect. Thank you, Alex. Next, one to make the question is Elaine.
So sorry. Hello, Sana. Thank you
Hello.
for staying with us again. Hello, everybody in this meeting. My husband and my son was calling for my cat around my house with loud voice because I had problem. Sana, my question for you is about dishes. You love to cook for your friends. I love to cook for my family. And today here in Brazil, we can't eat meat, for example. Today everybody eat fish, and I made cod. It's bacalhau cod. This dish usually contain potatoes, olives, and onions. Okay. And I learned this about India. People eat with their fingers. I don't know if it is true, and it's is everybody or some kind of states. And when this your country needs to travel another country. Uh, how do they go about eating with the other countries?
Yeah, yeah, that is such an amazing question. First of all, yeah, I'm really excited that you are making fish for your dinner or whatever time it is in Brazil. I am actually a vegetarian, so I don't eat any non-vegetarian food. And a lot of people in India, I guess around like 40%, which is still a lot given that I've traveled abroad and seen the high percentage of non-vegetarians. But 40% people in India are vegetarians. And talking about your question on eating with hands and fingers. Actually, a lot of our dishes, for example, we have kind of like a bread, which we eat with like different kinds of lentil curries and stuff, which is usually eaten by hand. So if you would see, you will have to like break them apart and then like dip it and then eat it. So those kind of dishes are just like perfect for eating it with your hands. So they do. And some people also, for regional differences as well, would also eat like rice with their hands, especially in the south. They all eat like rice. They add like the curries to the rice and then like kind of mix it and eat it with their hands. I am from the north. We don't eat rice with our hands, but it also depends. Like some people do it and however they prefer. But I would still say that a lot of our cuisine involves like dishes which are just eaten by their hands. So it's not like we would usually have like, knife and other forks for cutlery. We would just be like with our hands. And yeah, so it's a bit of a cultural difference I've seen. And a lot of my friends, when they visited India, they were shocked to see that. It's like, wow, that's so interesting.
It's
Mhm.
every students from Minerva University.
Yeah.
They loved to travel to India. Every student said to
Mhm.
us that they love to stay in India and different cultures.
Mhm.
It's cheaper for to eat there,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it is. I am thinking in visiting India too because they are talking very good words about India, and it's my pleasure to go there someday. And thank you so much for our
Yeah.
conversation. Sorry for my delay. Thank you.
Definitely. And you should definitely visit India. You're very welcome. There's a lot of, you would have some cultural shocks for sure, but at the same time, it's a beautiful country, I would say. You should definitely visit. And you will learn how to even eat stuff with your hands. There will be fish, but there will be more vegetarian food available. So it will be a great experience to even try different food and cuisine.
Interesting subject.
Okay, thank you, Eleni. Well, I would like to say, just as yesterday, I was honestly really surprised that one of my closest friends got into Harvard. Like yesterday was Ivy Day, and I was like really shocked because I were here in the session, and like I really got nervous. And today, by the same time, one of my closest friends from a city got into Stanford, so I'm really happy for that. And like, uh, I am really immersed into these admissions processes day and I would like to know more about you, Sana. Like, if if you're not in Minerva, maybe where would you probably be? And like, how was your admissions process to Minerva like?
Yeah, okay. So this is very interesting, and I don't know. I don't think anybody here knows, but my brother, he's my older brother. He also studied at Minerva University, so that's how I initially got to know about Minerva. And he's an M. He's now an alumni. But yeah, so initially when I was applying and starting to apply for my university process, I definitely knew that the university he's going to is so interesting, but I had like no hope because we're like two complete different personalities. And I was like, if he got in, I would not, just because like we're completely different, our experiences are completely different, what we values are like very different things. And then I wasn't sure, but I still just wanted to apply to Minerva. So I applied and I was happy to just get in. Like the process was actually very fairly easy. Like you just had to do some tests. And I feel like the maths test and the English test were comparatively easier because in India, the education system is kind of very tough. In a sense, with maths, we just do a little higher level maths, even in 11th and 12th grade. So the math question they asked was fairly easier to me, at least. And then the English and all the tests just went by fine. And I was just true to myself. I just showed who I am and what I have done previously. I did have like extracurricular activities, which I think helped me shine way through. Um, Other than that, I think just coming after high school, it is very confusing on what you want to do and where you want to go. And I did feel and also it was like COVID for me. So when I graduated, it was like COVID. So I didn't even know what to do. I didn't even have a proper farewell at school. So yeah, like my main thing was I want to apply to like more US and like international universities. But I thought like right, and then I did get a really fairly high score. I kind of like taught. I was very nerdy in high school, and I taught my school, so it was fairly easy for me even to get to like best universities in India, but for like commerce stream. So I wouldn't have even imagined taking computer science. I was like more businessy, and so I got into like Indian good universities, but I wanted to do like more international. And at that time, I just applied to Minerva. And I was like, if I don't get Minerva, I might just take a gap year and then again apply to like other, like I want to take some time also to see what my interests are and like where I want to go. And then prepare for like other international university. But fortunately, I did get into Minerva, which just literally changed my whole life. And it's been an amazing experience. So I'm really happy. And the process was fairly easier for me. I don't know, like the tests were nice. And I guess just being true to who you are really helped. And yeah, and then there was just like one kind of like an interview round, which was like more towards getting your parents. And they talked to my parents about, oh, like, do you want to send your child and something like that? And since it's been like 3 years at Minerva, and I don't think there would have been any other option I would have chosen. So I'm really grateful.
That sounds like a really interesting story. Like I'm considering to apply to Minerva. It's in college list now, and we'll see how that goes. And maybe as if you had said, maybe if it doesn't work out by this time, maybe I can do a gap year. But who knows?
Mm,
We never know
yeah.
until we know.
One thing is definitely just do apply. I think that is the biggest thing. I've personally been an admission processor, so I've gone through a lot of applications, and I would just say just apply. Yeah, and it goes through a lot of stuff, but yeah, all the very best with your application.
I got it. I'll definitely apply.
Mhm.
Well, next, Alex, você já fez uma pergunta, correta? Ok, podemos passar para o Durval para que ele possa fazer e assim a
Yeah,
gente pode voltar para você. Perfeito.
no
Então,
problem,
Durval,
no
fique à
problem.
vontade.
Good evening, everyone. Sana, I am glad to see you again.
Mhm.
You are a very kind person, and I have one question for you. I believe you visit many countries. What the best city do you like?
Okay, that is such a tough question. First of all, I'm so excited to meet you again as well. But I think every city kind of has its own beauty in itself. Like there's so many different things, and it's hard to choose one. But because there's so many factors around how your city experience is. And so far, I've loved all cities. I wouldn't want to say I have favorites, but I do have liked Taipei. It's in Taiwan, and that city was just beautiful in a sense, like the people there were so welcoming. And I guess people really make a city, like whichever city there, people are so welcoming. Like I went there and was like, people are welcoming. And even though I couldn't talk to the same language because I speak Chinese, I couldn't even understand what they're saying, but you could feel it. So that's how I just like fell in love with the city, with the people over there. And also the food. They also have a lot of vegetarian food, which I really liked. And it's such a green city in itself. Like there's just greenery all around. And it's just like you go around and you see like trees and like just so peaceful. So even though I don't know if you guys know about how Taiwan and China has a little bit of like political tensions going on. I was like, my parents were like, you should not go to Taiwan, skip that rotation city. And I was like, no, I want to go. And I didn't have any feelings going to Taiwan before, but I just went there with no expectations. And it turned out to be an amazing and beautiful semester. So yeah, I would actually say if you're going to a city, don't have any expectations. Just go there and then you will just fall in love with that city. So
Okay, cool. And in your vacation, do
mhm.
you like to travel with beaches and countryside? What do you
Yeah.
like in
No, I
your
think
vacation?
such a good question. I think I just want to travel, like I want to travel like all around, and that's what I've been doing. So beaches has its own beauty. I just don't want to repeat myself, but I feel like everything is just so beautiful around the world, and like I just want to see it all. But yeah, I do love beaches. I do love mountains. I remember like when I was actually I didn't go to Brazil. I came to Argentina and I wanted to go to Brazil, but there were some like visa issues and stuff. I would have loved to visit like Rio de Janeiro and see all the cool beaches it has. But I did go to Chile and like Colombia, and I still remember when I was passing through Chile on my flight, I saw like the Andes, and I was like, wow, like I just want to go close to those and see how beautiful it is. So there's some everything is just so beautiful. I would love to just visit everywhere if I could, given no constraints. But yeah. Do you have a favorite, mountains or beaches?
And um, in my vacation with my
Hmm.
family, I like to travel with beaches because
Mm,
they have a wonderful beach in Brazil, but
yeah.
I like countryside too.
Oh,
And uh, I think your country is very beautiful and have many cultures. Okay,
yeah.
congratulations, and my pleasure talking with you. Okay, thank you so
Mhm.
much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Durval. Next, Alex, fique à vontade.
Hi again. I have two questions.
Mhm.
Sarah, what do you like to do in your free time? Do you have any hobby? The other question, what specific food do you like?
Yeah, that's a great question. Honestly, I don't even get any free time anymore. But yeah, it's been really hard. Like, as you are in university, all of my time just goes like living like a normal person with all the assignment workload and like traveling around. As much as fun it seems when you're settling in a new city, it is actually very cumbersome. It requires so much of your energy and stuff. But I try to like take some time out for my own self, and I would usually just like go on a walk like without my phone, just like go out, and it really helps me get away with all the, there's so much going on, especially like London being a city, and with Minerva you just travel to like these very very big cities, so it gets so chaotic and you just need some time by yourself. So I would just lay down somewhere and like sit down or like journal my thoughts, which I think is so important because when there's so much going on, you just want to sit down. And I also like to like sometimes draw. So if I see something and I'm sitting by myself, so I would just like draw, and it's like in my little cute diary. Don't share it with anyone. So that's what I would do in my free time. But it's getting so much hectic over the time, so I'm not even getting those free times, which is sad. But also, I understand. The second question about cooking food, I think that is also something I wouldn't say I do it in my free time because I have to do to survive. Cook food every time, but there's so many cuisines. I do definitely, given that I'm an Indian, I do love Indian food. Like it's amazing, I would say. But I've been trying out different cuisines, and one time with me and my friends, we made like a Vietnamese cuisine, and they're like spring rolls, which you make it with rice paper, and I really liked it. So I would say yes, like both, all different kinds of cuisine, but like some specific foods as well from those cuisines. I really like. I haven't tried something Brazil. I actually also like brigadeiro. My friend made brigadeiro one time, and it was delicious. So that is also something I really like.
Okay, thanks so much
Mhm.
again.
Yeah, thank you for your question.
Thank you, Alex. Let's see next, Elaine.
Hello again.
Oh, mhm.
To talk about Brigadeiro, today was grandson birthday, and my
Oh,
daughter made Brigadeiro for us, for family, and I
mhm.
ate a lot of Brigadeiro, and tomorrow I needed to run or practice exercise to
Mhm.
to uh, less weight. Another question for you,
Mhm.
not these days, but we have noticed a certain machismo, and the women are less favorite than men. Have you noticed this issue in India or other country?
Wait, I didn't fully understand.
Difference in
Uh-huh.
men and
Ah,
women
mhm.
depend on the salary or uh,
Yeah. Mhm.
the period of the job, difference in the woman and men's men.
Yeah, that is such a good question. Like, what do I say? So even I want to tell like share a little story. So initially when I was in India, I didn't even think that I would be doing computer science because it's like, women can't do like girls can't do technical stuff. And it's always seen like that. So I that's why I was like just majoring in business. When I came to Minerva, so it's also like how different countries perceive and how there's like more empowerment, right? In the US, however, I definitely saw that there's more empowerment for like women being in technology or like just STEM degrees, like doing science. And initially, I never even thought I could do computer science because none of my friends back home, like there were only three girls who did computer science. And I was like, wow. So when I came to Minerva, I saw this trend of like, actually, girls can do that too. And I was like, wow, let me just try it. So the first year I took a computer science course and I was like, okay, let me see if I like it. And I did enjoy it. But it's just so fascinating to me that that thing never occurred to me when I was in India. And when I just shifted my countries and I could see how when you're empowering women to like take over different subjects, and this might sound like a very simple example, but this is one of the like, like how it impacts where you want to go. Like, I don't know. I think my voice is being repeated, so it's kind of hard to say. Uh, okay, I think it's better now. Yeah. So, and even talking about salary and wages, there's so many like biases people have. So when they see a woman, they would just be like, okay, they're gonna offer you less salary. And I think I've clearly seen that. Versus when it's a man, they're given higher salary. And this comes through like a lot of like previous stereotypes, and also like how the background has been made up. Especially in India, there's still a lot of way to go through. I would say that because still women are just like mostly in their houses because that's what they're seen as. Like you're gonna be a housewife and a housemaker, take care of your kids, just take care of your family, your parents, your husband, and I would say there has been an improvement. Like people are now, like women are getting out and working, and but there's still a really long way to go. And I think it's gonna take time, but at the same time, it's still improving, I would say. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a problem around the
Hmm.
world when the woman go out to have her own jobs,
Hmm.
when they come back in her house, have another job to do, take care chores, a lot of chores, and to be housewife. It's
Yeah.
a tough situation, tough situation. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Next, Erica.
Hello, Sana. Good evening, everybody. I'm glad to see you again here. Thank you for spending your time with us. And today, Sana,
Hmm.
I'm very curious about your language.
Oh,
I would like to learn your language with you. Is possible? Some words?
oh yeah, sure. Do you have anything specific you want to learn, like greetings
Yes.
or? Hmm.
For example, thank you
Oh,
in your language.
yeah. Thank you is dhanyavad. Do you want to try speaking it? Dhanyavad.
Tanya, Tanya,
Vad.
what?
Yeah, you got it. It's dhanyavad. You just
Wow!
said it.
And
Yeah.
it's delicious in your language.
Oh, it's the sorry, what?
Delicious.
Delicious. Ah, a
Yes,
delicious is
delicious.
la jawab. La.
Lajavap.
Yeah, you got it right.
Wow. And I love you. I love
I
you.
love you. It's मैं. It's a phrase, so you will have to like say out with me, okay? मैं means
Né?
I. तुमसे,
Menenai. Tunse.
तुमसे.
Tunse.
Yeah. प्यार,
Dar. Dar.
प्यार. Yeah, प्यार, प्यार.
Piar. Piar.
Mhm.
Piar.
करती हूँ,
Arti
करती.
hum.
Yeah, you got it
Arti
right.
hum.
Yes, yes, precisely. Wow, you're really good at learning a new language.
And when the people is very surprised, for example, wow. And in India is
It's like you say like God's name kind of. So you say Hey Bhagwan. Hey,
Hey Bhagwan. Hey
yeah,
Bhagwan.
Bhagwan is like God. It's a reference
God.
to God. Yeah. So you be like when you're so surprised, you're like, oh my God, kind of, So you say Hey Bhagwan.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Wow. Very different for me.
Yeah, you should definitely learn Hindi.
A little bit. Thank you
Yeah.
so much.
Before you go, you teach me one phrase in Portuguese. So that.
Okay, in Portuguese, for example, thank you in Portuguese is obrigado.
Oh, obrigado. Okay. And
Obrigado. Brigadeiro, you know,
yeah,
okay?
brigadeiro, I know. Yeah.
And the odd, I love you in Portuguese is eu te amo.
E te amo.
Eu te amo.
E te amo. Isn't
Eu
it
te
te
amo.
amo? Te amo? Like
Your pronunciation is good. It's very good. Congratulations.
okay, thank
And
you so much. Mhm.
you can say some word. You have some curiosity about this?
I know a little bit of Spanish. Hola. Ciao.
Olá. In
Yeah.
Portuguese is the same. Olá,
Hola.
hello,
Okay. Oh,
oi,
gracias.
bye,
Gracias.
ciao.
Yeah. Adios, or is it adios?
Adios is ciao.
Yeah.
Yes. It's a little
Gracias.
bit the same. Gracias, thank
Mhm.
you. Oh,
Yeah.
No, sorry, I'm confused now. It's
Sorry,
obrigado.
no, I think in Spanish it's gracias, right? And then in
Yes, in
it's like
Portuguese it's obrigado.
I think you say like gracias chica, like thank you girl, like something like that, right?
Yes, yes,
Uh,
very good. Amazing,
yeah.
Sana.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Obrigado.
De nada.
De nada, yeah, I know that.
Well, so since you definitely have contact with a lot of Brazilians, and I would like to know a bit more for you in your perspective, what it is like having a Brazilian roommate. So, how was that for you?
Oh, wonderful. If she sees the record. No, it's been a great experience. I think this way you kind of learn a lot about different cultures. And I would definitely say like the Brazilian culture is very different from the Indian culture, but I also see so many similarities, especially in people, like how warm they are, how welcoming they are, and so are like Indians. So it's been an amazing experience. And as I told you, one of the my shocking was like my roommate takes like she goes to like shower like 4 times, which I thought was too much initially. But yeah, so those were like some cultural differences. But honestly, I love it. That's why I'm rooming. That was my roommate in the first year, and we are still roommates in the third year. Yeah. So
Really interesting. Well, so if anyone else have any question to add, you guys can feel free to raise your hand here. But maybe we can just like bring different interactions in. Uh, Today we have a specific holiday here in Brazil, and I would like that someone here like teach yes a little bit more about this holiday for Senna. Like we have some specific things in Easter that I don't think there's something alike in other countries as we have like different kind of eggs and chocolate culture. So uh Elaine, would you like to tell a little bit more about Easter in Brazil?
But today I went to church. It is not common in my life because I've been taking care of my family, my exercise, my studies. But today I felt necessity to go to church and pray for and grateful for my life, for my family, and to realize that we are soul and spirit, and it's so good for me because I realized that we have a life. The opposite for death is was born, not our life. I don't know if you understand what I say. Our life is eternity, and this moment I thought the most important thing in our life, and everybody in Brazil this day uh, thinking in God, in Jesus Christ. I think it is the beautiful moment and respect. But today, Jesus Christ resuscitou. I don't know how I say it in English, but it is can be we need to was born again. You understand? It's a good way to have a family together and forgive each other and more love inside our house, respect. It's so important for us Brazilian people, you know?
yeah, I actually had a question. So and so it's like rebirth of like Jesus Christ. That's what you said, right? But what do you guys do with Easter, like eggs? I don't know. I've seen so many eggs around, even in London. And I know it's a Christian thing, but I would love to know what is the egg things about eggs, and do you paint them, or like what is that tradition about?
was learning about it, but I don't know. I don't have. I am not sure, but the rabbit is very fast, and they use this animal to very fast change our life. And for me, is a gift for children and a good moment for us. But I don't know really to 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 teach you about this moment. I think Erica could say some more words and explain for us.
Yes. So just would like to add, like, for example, in my point of view, I think like these eggs are just like a capitalism construction that we maybe have, like, to sell goods, to sell chocolate, to sell eggs through these holidays. Like there's something that's usual for many other holidays as Christmas, as we have Panettone. And overall, I don't think there's like any specific significance like with eggs in religion. I don't think there's a match along with that. Erica, would you like to add anything?
My idea is the same, Elaine. I think it is a spiritual moment here in Brazil and representing for us about Jesus Christ, that his sacrifice for us. Is about that. The eggs, the commercial part, honestly, I don't know.
Yes.
But today I ate chocolate egg a lot. I love.
Oh my gosh.
We give it the we gave this gift for each other. Like I love you. I I bought a egg, chocolate egg for you. But for me, it's a gift. It's a present for the children's only.
Yes. Alex, would you like to add anything to that?
Okay. Sana, about your future. When do you leave your current university? You intend course data science? It's correct?
Yeah, so I am first of all, intend to leave, like, I will be done with my course by 2025, May 2025, so next year. So I have exactly 1 year and it's a 4 year course. I've done 3 years already. And next year I will be a graduate. And the kind of
Okay. Do you know
AI,
a specific
which
language?
also, yes.
Sorry. Go ahead.
Yes. Uh-huh. Yeah. I know Python for like programming, and then because I've also done like software development, so we learn like JavaScript, HTML, CSS, React, and I was just coding something in Next.js. So all those languages. So more like also I'm done like more software development, software engineering courses. So also in that. Mhm.
Very good. Recently, I finished my postgraduate in
Oh.
web development full
Mhm.
stack. I used some tools like Python, React,
Yeah.
JavaScript. It's a amazing area. Very
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah, congratulations on completing your postgrad. That sounds really exciting.
Thank
Thank you
you.
very much.
Well, thank you, Alex. Well, I see some hands are raised, like Elaine and Erica. Would you like to add anything? Yes. Elaine?
It can be Erica. Can be.
Ah, okay.
Okay. Thank you, Elaine. Sana, is there someone that you admire in your career?
Such a good example. I think there are so many people I generally admire. Like, and I would say having one role model is not enough. There are some, even my parents, I would say, like, there's so much I've learned even my brother actually. And these are somebody like from my family, but also a lot of women, honestly, who could like, as you were talking about, like I guess Ellen was talking about how there's like women pay gaps and everything. And there's some actually Indian women who have like gone past through and like are so confident in the way they do it, especially who have like also like big women entrepreneurs. And there's so much to learn from all these people. So there's not just one. I could like list down 10 people I really, really admire. And I want to get like all these good qualities from them so that I can embed in myself and see myself in the future. So yeah, there's so many people out there.
And do you intend the future to be entrepreneur?
Yeah, definitely. I think I do want to like currently gain experience, but in the end, I'm trying to like gain all this experience so that I can build something on my own. And definitely, I will like to do that. Mhm.
I hope for you good luck, success in your career.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much
Mhm.
too.
Thank you, Eleni. Feel free. Eleni, I think you're muted.
So sorry.
Now, yes.
Sana, could you tell for us your routine family?
Who?
Uh,
Sorry.
routine family in your country. What about your family? Could you tell something about your family?
Mhm.
Brothers, mothers,
Yeah.
fathers.
Mhm.
What they do in normal family in India?
Yes. So as I told you, my brother just completed his graduation and now he is in the US. Actually, he is also like a Minervan, so he loves to travel. So even though he's doing a job in the US, he's currently in Thailand. He's just traveling because his work is remote. My dad is actually a motivational trainer. I think that's where I get all my motivation to work hard and stuff. So he has been doing that, and now he's still continuing with that. And he's a great speaker, honestly. I really admire that in him. So he's like very confident with his speech, the way he talks. And my mom is a housewife actually. So as we were talking about opportunities in women and stuff. So I don't think she got enough opportunities. And now she is a housewife, but she is very happy what she's doing. She makes amazing food for me. And I'm so excited to like in a month from now, I will be going back home. And today we were talking and she was like, okay, so what do you want me to cook for you today? And I'm so excited to go back home and meet all my family. So yeah.
How old
Mhm.
is your brother?
What sorry,
How
what?
old? How old? Uh,
He is 3 years older than me. So
uh,
now, okay, I need to calculate his age quickly.
23,
Yeah,
23.
23, you got it right.
Yeah,
He's gonna turn
yeah.
24 this year. So it's always
Okay.
like it's actually easy to calculate his age because he was born in 2000. So whatever year it is, that's how old he is. So if it's 2024, he's gonna turn 24.
Very young, and they are having a good opportunity, good student opportunity, and to travel around the some countries, and it's an amazing opportunity for
Yeah.
growing up.
Yeah, yeah. That's what I said. Like I'm really grateful for this opportunity and yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, so uh, I think maybe we can finish the session slightly earlier, like 5 minutes, because like in the other session we have passed a few minutes and it was like midnight for Senna. So I think that would maybe be convenient for her to finish like by this time today. So thank you so much for everyone who have participated. It was a great session. We could learn more about Senna. We could teach her about Brazil, about